Good day, good afternoon, whatever the time zone is for you. Uh, Good day and welcome everyone to the Asia and O's Trackmania Championship. Something very refreshing finally, but we're gonna have with a new test with the new format. I'm personally have been excited for this weekend for quite a bit of while. And today, for the cast, we have joined by a fellow Australian, Chriso. So, Chriso, introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Chriso250. I participated in the Open qualifiers and got knocked out, so I'm very much looking forward to watching how the big boys do it. Basically,
Yeah,
so
so
let's hope they have some good races.
Yeah. So beforehand, we had this event has lasted already for 2 weeks. We had the first open qualifier that was played 2 weeks ago, where we had got the very first few players who came it out. So from each of the open qualifiers, there were 4 players made going through, and today we're gonna see the first day. Of the 8 best players from the Asia and Oceania region who will be duking it out here on this stream. So for today's plan, we have planned that there's going to be 3 matches we're going to be witnessing. First, we're going to be starting with the semi-final 1. That will be played out very as the first match. That's going to be played. Hopefully, that will be a one wicked match, but let's see how it will that go. And then the second one will be the second semi-final, and then we'll have the consolidation semi-final, where we see the very first 2 eliminations being played out from the tournament. So we'll be down to just 6 players for tomorrow. That will be played out tomorrow. So the very first introductions day we'll see today. So who are the players do you think we should be looking forward to the most? And who do you think are the best players who can potentially maybe win it out, or who could be maybe for the first ones who might be eliminated?
Yeah, look, there's some big names. I know Winkyface pretty well. I've raced him quite a bit, and he's very quick. Simply Nick, I think everyone recognises. Everyone knows how quick he is. Fitty, absolutely insane player as well. Did really well in the last AOTC. And then I've raced Chung in both qualifiers actually, and he absolutely stomped me. So he's a really good player as well. Min Gaming Boy, I haven't seen too much of. So I'm not really sure on how strong they are. Spider I also raced, who's also quite strong. But I think for me, the players to look out for are going to be Winkyface and Fitty. They have both been absolutely dominating so far this season.
Well, in the very first match, we're gonna see Ainul, Fidi, Gaming Boy, and Chung, who will be the first players. So Ainul is from Malaysia. Had some solid per his first few performances in some previous AOTCs as well. He's at the moment one of the first few people who is trying to expand the Malaysia scene and trying to push for development in that region as well. But let's see how he will perform in this one, since I would say it's kind of hard for him to be, because he's going to be facing off against Fidi, who is the winner of last editions for the summer season. So it'll be, I think it's going to be quite challenging, and Fidi looks quite strong on all 5 maps, but he has some opponents with Gaming Boy, who's also had a solid player from Indonesia, had some solid performances beforehand, as well as Chung, or I think some Trackmania veterans might know him as Fuzzy. Very experienced player, I think one of the most experienced players in terms of long-term playing in the Asia scene, at least. Recently starting to come back to the game, trying to play a bit more actively, trying to get his, let's just say, his pace up to par with the up-and-coming newcomers. He's a bit struggling on ice and some of the newer surfaces, but on tech he looks pretty damn strong. But Fidi at the moment and Gaming Boy Anil do have a bit of this all-rounder feel to them, and they look quite decent on due to that. So we're actually going to be just a couple of minutes away from the very first few matches starting. So if there's also any questions in the chat about the players or about the format, so it's going to be played in double elimination cup mode. We're going to be broadcasting every single separate match. So today you're going to be witnessing 3 matches, and tomorrow you're going to see the last 3 matches as well. If you saw the Twitter post posted on the Trackmania seasonal Twitter, that there's gonna be a special announcement coming tomorrow after the grand final. But that's regarding the seasonal series. But now we're gonna be focusing on the well, AOTC. So who do you think that from these four, Idol, Fiddy, Gaming Boy, Chang, who could be the top two who could potentially go through this match?
Yeah, it's going to be a good match. I definitely think Fiddy is going to be in the top two. Between the other three, I know Einol's a really, really strong player. He made it through the very first qualifier as well against some really good opponents. So if I was going to pick, I think I'd go Fiddy and Einol. But having said that, again, I raced Chung, and he, on that tech map, I can't remember the map name, it was the fourth map that we played on, he was really, really strong there, really consistent. So I think he's going to have some really strong performances. And again, Gaming Boy, another really good player. So it's going to be some good competition. But I think I'm going with Einol and Fiddy.
Einol and Fiddy. Well, if you actually look at the individual campaign rankings, where it does take the best points from all of the maps from the players' best times, actually Fiddy does look as the strongest one, as he's at the moment the second in the competition packs, only behind Winkyface so far. But actually Chung and Einol are looking quite strong. But let's see. Chung was not looking that good on the ice maps, but on other ones he looks. I think the map order might have to play a bit massive role on how how it's gonna go. So let's just see there. But I think Fiddy definitely gonna be the contender for the making through in the first round. And I think it's gonna be quite close between Chung, Einol, and Gaming Boy. Gaming Boy has a solid performances here and there. I do think Gaming Boy is a bit more consistent than Einol. Einol can do solid pace here and there as well. Chung is quite fast on majority of the maps, even faster than Fiddy. But like I said, I think as soon as the wheels touch the ice, some things just don't really work, and it's kind of hard for him in that kind of regard, I feel like. But let's see what we're gonna have. We're actually gonna be quite soon now till the match starts. So we're now still waiting for the message to come in for the match info to be received, so we can get an idea when we get all the things to be ready and set. From your experiences in the open qualifiers, which were your favorite maps, and who do you think are the most challenging maps? One thing to note that Fall 23 has been added only for the playoff map pack, so the rest of the maps have been customly made. So, but what do you think were when you participated in open qualifiers? Which were the strongest and or the harder maps for you, and who do you think the players might be struggling with?
Yeah, so for me, without a doubt, my strongest map was actually your map, SRK. I was quite strong on the ice bit at the end. I had a very weak start, but it was definitely my strongest section there. So definitely anyone who is decent and comfortable on ice can gain a lot of time on that section. My favourite track I played was actually Chalk by Nacho QT, I think. I wasn't particularly strong there, but I did really, really enjoy the map. I think that's more of an all-round map, so I expect someone like Fiddy to be really strong there again. The tech map, I can't remember the name of that one, but I raced Chung on that map, and he had really, really consistent pace there. So I'm expecting some good performances from him on that map. And 23, I'm not sure how people will go on Summer 23. I expect they've all been hunting it a lot this past week, getting consistent there, so I'm expecting them all to have really good pace and consistency on that one. But yeah, definitely I think there are a few challenging ice sections on two of the maps here. So I think just having that ice knowledge is really going to help if anyone is particularly strong on ice. I found they were the sections I put the most work into, so they were definitely my strongest sections without a doubt. But yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see. I'm sure they've all been grinding hard, so they're all going to be very well practiced on all of the maps.
Well, actually,
And
Osama, I'm now taking a look at the results, and looks like Fidi and Chung have recently improved their times on 23. Chung's setting top 30 roll time, actually top 25 roll time, 33 minutes ago, and Fidi in 12 hours ago set an improvement as to 49.9 on 23.
that's fast.
So, and Chung's time at the moment is. I just lost him there. 49.4, which is a 0.4
Oh, that's
faster.
very fast.
Yeah, and Min as well improved his time 12 hours ago to also 49. So the Koreans are looking quite solid on the 23, but let's see how they'll perform in rounds.
Yeah, it's going to be, they have pace there, but it's going to be hard to get that map consistent. There's a very risky jump there, and it's very easy to hit a tree. I've done it multiple times hunting that map. So fingers crossed they all get through that part cleanly.
Yeah, so now we're gonna be loading into the match very, very soon. Looks like there's a bit of issues at the moment with the feed, but till the match starts, so we'll still have a check if when that feed still loads. But well, let's just see. We have a couple of minutes time. See if it will load in. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna soon start our very first semi-final between Einol Fidi Gaming Boy and Chung. It's gonna be the very first match of the main event in the Asian Oceania Trackmania Championship. It's gonna be the first match for the prize pool of $200, which is so far the biggest prize pool in the Asia and Oceania competitions that have been held for the third edition so far. Have been a very nice track record with the improvements between the scene, and very nice to see the Asian Oceania scene develop in Trackmania as well. Due to that, with the development of competitions, not with the regional, locally now, with the improvements also happening now with India and Malaysia having their own competitions as well. So there's a nice preparation thing going on for the country's players to properly develop themselves in this for such an event as well.
Yeah, I agree. I love the game, and I want to see it do well in the region for sure. I'm definitely going to be much more involved in the Oceania or the AOTC like tournaments. And I think we have some really, really strong players here as well in the region, so I'm looking forward to seeing them develop and improve their skills for sure.
Well, let's see how it will work out either way, as we're still having some minor technical difficulties, looks like, on our side. It's a bit unfortunate. Okay, looks like we have the feed finally running, as we're actually going to be starting off on our match. It's going to be a Nacho's map, which is an Australian mapper as well, having his first entry into competitions, as well having his first map, as we already have the first round on the way, and we're currently spectating Fidi following Chung, who has a bit of a touch there. It looks like one of the players who went completely out of the field right there and went out of the third, but looks like a so far solid lead for Fidi as he tries to maintain his lead so far, but looks like very close between Gaming Boy and Chung, who tries to attack, but looks like Fidi's consistency still maintains it in a spot as he tries to attack. Very close line there. Gaming Boy tries to go for the attack. It looks like Chung with the delayed slide, not the most optimal line, but still enough to maintain the third position, and Fidi will get the first 10-pointer in the match.
Yeah, so a very strong start by Fidi. Unfortunate mistake early by Einol, but it happens. It's first round. There's plenty of time left for him to come back. And we're going to jump right into round 2 here. Let's see how we do. We're on Chung right now. Everyone nice and even at the start. Einl a little bit wide there, but looks like he's just taken a different line. Gaming Boy running very wide, actually. Chung very close between the top three now. Einl touches dirt, though. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. Very close between Fiddy and Chung for the lead. Everyone's still with it, just a couple of tenths. Einl very, very close to the wall through this bobsleigh section now. Oh, Einl and Gaming Boy actually both touch there, so they're going to lose a lot of time. Fiddy with a very nice lead. Chung behind him. Now through this very awkward ice section here. Very easy to clip that checkpoint. Everyone through cleanly though. And it looks like, oh, Gaming Boy's made a big mistake. Fiddy takes the win. Chung in second, Einl third, and Gaming Boy will get the finish for fourth place.
Yeah, and Fiddy looks quite strong, having 2 round wins already. So this is what I was talking about. Fiddy does look like on the top, and it's going to be a very close fight between the 3 Asia players for that second place. But so far, looks like Fiddy has been looking quite strong as well as in the previous wins. So let's see how it will go in this round. Maybe some of the Asia players might be able to snack in some of those points and deny Fiddy some of those of the round wins. It looks like Einl had the early mistake again. Looks very shaky so far in this matchup. So looks like so far he's still leading. Chung with a very sketchy line, tries to build up a bit more speed but risks a bit too much and touches the wall. So it looks like Fiddy and Gaming Boy are only ones in, as they're gonna be Gaming Boy tries to attack, has a bit more better line, but a bit of a late oversteer there in the late part. Fiddy goes very close to that CP, almost bonks it, but tries to get the most optimal speed. But looks like he looks pretty strong on this, and already 3 out of 3 round wins so far in this match on this map.
Yeah, and Fiddy with quite a strong time, 45-7. But yeah, a bit of a shaky round. There's a lot of close calls, a few bonks. Players might be a little bit nervous, but there's still plenty of time for them to come back. Einl probably needs a solid round here. Calm the nerves a little bit. Taking a different line than everyone else on the start here. Seems to work out fairly even though. Very close round so far. Chung and Fiddy just in the lead. Chung touches the sand there though, so he's going to lose a little bit of speed. Still well within it. Fiddy with a very solid start. Fiddy touches on the inside though, so he is going to lose out this round. So Einl, Gaming Boy and Chung challenging. Chung falling a little bit behind. Gaming Boy sending, trying to catch Einl here. Everyone through the checkpoint cleanly. And it's just going to come down to one final slide at the end. Gaming Boy with the inside line, going to be very close. And Einl just barely beats out Gaming Boy. Very close round. Great race.
Yeah, and definitely they had to use this round opportunity when Fiddy had this mistake at the freewheel part, and especially Einl, who at the moment was in last position. Actually, Fiddy did not finish at all, but since with his 3 round win situation, he still managed to maintain his lead, because with this standard points repartition, first places are quite important and rewarded quite a bit. So having those extra 10 pointers being stacked up still, at least with that massive mistake where he did not score enough points, was still enough to maintain. And I do think that Einl with that plus 10 was definitely in a nice position to get closer to the pack, to not be sent to the loser's bracket already in his first match. So now we're gonna be going to Who the XXL, which was made by myself. This part is quite simplistic, but it does have an ice section at the end that I saw a lot of players struggling. Actually, Chung was one of the players who had a bit of issues in the open qualifiers. And looks like the Einl, Fiddy and Gaming Boy were looking quite solid in the open qualies on this map in terms of the performance. So let's see what will happen then. Looks like a minor disconnect from Fiddy. Hopefully that will be resolved as fast as possible. But either way, we're gonna be ending the warm-up, and it's gonna be the very first round on Who the XXL.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, that ice section at the end, Chung was struggling a little bit in the qualifiers, but he's had plenty of time to train it. So let's see how he goes now. Gaming Boy and Chung fighting for the first spot here. Chung out to a little bit of a lead now. Really, really strong in this early part of the lap through these tech sections here. But now we come into the ice. You want to wash off as much speed as you can to get this ice slide cleanly. Chung with a really tight ice slide. Gaming Boy an awkward line into the bobsleigh. And can Chung keep the final bobsleigh clean? He's looking solid, and through the finish, Chung will take that round ahead of Gaming Boy, and Einl will be third, and still Fiddy is not back, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, that's a bit fortunate, but the rules do say that if there's a player having a disconnect or a PC crash, they are on their own, and the match won't be stopped. But actually, Chung getting that plus 10 points, he was actually looking very... Let's just say he was quite struggling in the open qualifiers on this map. So the fact that he managed to actually get a round win is definitely going to be quite useful in his pocket. And sadly, due to Fiddy having this minor issue, is quite unfortunate for him so far. But hopefully he'll be able to rejoin and bounce back from that. So far looks like Einl is in the top, looks like Gaming by both, and Einl having a solid line so far. Chung is a bit at the back in the third place, but looks like Gaming Boy is at the moment in first. Very little to do unless there's a major mistake, and it's gonna be Gaming Boy securing the plus 10 points, Einl with the plus 6, and Chung with the plus 4 in the round. And looks like Fiddy is still not in the server, so hopefully he will be able to rejoin quick, and hopefully his issues are resolved.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We're going into the next round now through the no steer section. Gaming Boy trying to go very close to the reset ring there on the left. Everyone taking it through the dirt nicely. Very close round so far. Einl with a slight speed advantage. Gaming Boy a little slow out of the dirt section, but can definitely be gained in the end if he takes the ice well. Einl and Chung very, very close though, going into the ice section now. Einl with a very, very tight ice slide. Good line into the bobsleigh. Should have a good speed here. But Chung does have the lead. Einl doesn't look like he's close enough to catch. Chung will get the finish with a 41.4. Einl second, and Gaming Boy will be third.
Yeah, and actually Chung's still getting this plus 10 points. Kind of crazy to see that from struggling quite a lot on this map to actually getting a bunch of round wins in the top 8. So since now we have Fiddy back, now let's see, since he's back, he actually goes for the inside grass line. It's kind of hard to say, it's a bit of a personal preference kind of a line, but it is allowed. So far it looks like a pretty close fight between Gaming Boy and Fiddy at the top. Einl and Chung having a bit slower starts this time around. Fiddy tries to having this sad situation happening, losing a bunch of rounds, but tries to bounce back and tries to push for those extra plus 10 pointers, but Gaming Boy tries to attack. Chung slides out, and looks like that, fortunately, that there wasn't that the best performance from Chung right there, but it will be Fiddy still getting the plus 10 points right there, and will secure, tries to bounce back and try to deny other Asia players the extra points, and thus due to that will actually jump from last to fourth. But as you see, just 7 points difference from first to last, so this is already an insanely close match already, as we're gonna be going to fall 23.
Yeah, and this is going to be the first time we see these competitors actually race on this map. It wasn't in the open qualifiers, so everyone will have been hard at work learning this track. Let's see how they do it. It's a pretty difficult track. We have some nice tight drifts here early. You try and push the edge of the track as much as you can through some plastic sections. We want to reduce airtime. Chung with a no slide there. That can definitely happen, but this is all meant to be slides. And then this section through the checkpoint is really awkward. You want to maintain as much speed as you can through here. And then there is a jump between some trees there that you want to do. But yeah, we haven't actually seen them compete on this track yet. We kind of just know their personal best times. But how it actually translates to a match situation, we will have to wait and see. But it is a pretty technical track at times. There's some tight drifts. Very fun track, I think, apart from that one jump.
Well, it's a very risk-worthy track. If you either take it very safe or you push it for the max. And I think it will allow to have these big back and forths within the match. Chung does look the strongest one. If he goes full send, he can definitely push out mid 49s, which is our like top 30-ish times. So let's see how well will the players do, as we already had looks like an early mistake from Gaming Boy who clipped in the very first jump. Also, Einol having an early touch right there, tries to push to keep up with Chung and Fiddy. So it looks like it's gonna be a 1v1 for those plus 10 points. Looks like, oh, Fiddy gets the no slide, so Chung gives a nice opportunity, but he clips to the side. Okay, this was what we were talking about, having a lot of mistakes. So, and we already see that. Chung, even with this mistake, still bounces back to the second place. Einol with the early mistake in the middle part was already trying to bouncing back to the first position, as rest of the field had a lot of mistakes beforehand. And this is what about the maps, like it's so, as soon as you try to push it a bit, like the amount or the percentage or the odds of crashing just increase and increase. And Einol just trying to play a bit more safe will result him getting those plus 10 points in the match.
Yeah, very, very crazy round there. And Einol did come out on top, but I think it looks like just consistency is going to be key on this track. Keep a clean round and you might just bag yourself 10 points. So let's see how they handle round 2. They had a very shaky round 1 by everyone. Everyone through clean so far. Very, very close round. Just 200s in it between all 4. That is really close. Through this drift, everyone looks like they're through cleanly. This very tight section. Gaming Boy actually just going for a very safe line. Probably smart, judging by the mistakes that we saw in the first round. Einol looked like he went for the jump through the trees. Everyone else electing to go around. So Einol moves up to second with that. Fiddy's out to a nice lead though. Einol trying to chase him down. Gaming Boy trying to chase Einol down. And through this final section, high on the plastic, Fiddy going very high for maximum speed at the end. And Fiddy is going to take the 10 points. Einol second, Gaming Boy third, and Chung fourth. Much cleaner round there by everyone though.
Yeah, and like I think everyone saw, okay, there's a lot of mistakes happening, so let's try to save it a bit. And I think that we saw Gaming Boy going for the wider line, trying to avoid the trees, going a bit more to the left to just secure this consistency throughout the round. And due to that, we already saw that Chung was the only one who tried to push it a bit, and due to that, he had a lot of crashes and lost the round due to that. While others tried to save, even though Chung is the fastest player on paper on this track. But yeah, it's very hard to play this map fast. So I think just trying to push it for that consistency, especially here, it's definitely needed, as Chung already has a bit an early mistake. Einol and Gaming Boy tried to push it for the middle tree jump, overtaking Fiddy due to that, who tried to save it a bit more. Bit unfortunate slide there from Gaming Boy, gets a bit of adjustments as he fits the flag, allows Fiddy to overtake. Now Fiddy tries to attack for those plus 10 points, but maintains Einol. Einol goes to the very close to the right side, goes to the better approach, gets a little more speed and snipes Einol for the end in the last quarter pipe section. This results plus 10 points in his pocket, and now he closes in just by winning those couple of few rounds closer and closer to the points limit, and to enter that finalist status as well.
Yeah, very big round by Fiddy. Great race between Fiddy and Einol there. Let's see how they do this round. So far, everyone looking clean. Very close to the start here. If someone had to lift there, I didn't catch who that one was. But Fiddy out to an early lead. See how everyone takes this tree section this time. There's been a few people risking, a few people safing. And Chung looks like he is going to make the jump through the trees, does it very cleanly as well. You see he gains a few tenths there over Fiddy, so it is worth quite a bit of time. It's worth it if you get it. It's just that it's a very risky jump. And we saw someone actually hitting that flag on the inside last round as well. So there's so many things to hit on this map, making it very, very difficult to push. But Chung looks like he's going to secure this round if he just keeps the ending clean. Fiddy gaining, but it's not quite enough at the end. And Chung with a 50.2, quite a nice time.
Yeah, that's a quite decent time there. Keep in mind that he was Chung's personal best is 49.4, but that is like full sending everything. And I think he definitely scored quite a nice couple of points, and I think Fiddy also capitalized on a lot of the mistakes that happened from Einol and Gaming Boy's side, as they were not looking that consistent here and there. As we're gonna move on to Super World's map. Burn It All Down, which was added to the during Open Qualifier number 2. to the map pack. So this map, people who played in the open qualifier 1 did not see this map, so this was added just last week to the pool. And we saw already some solid matches here and there in the Open Qualifier 2, where there were some solid performances from some of the players. Currently, if we check to the times, fastest player in this match is Chung, who has a 50.08. Then the Fidi is the closest with 50.12, so very close there. And Einol with a 50.4. From this match, and the Gaming Boy has a 50.6, so kind of close times between or the max pace that we can potentially see from the players. Currently the world record on this map is 49.6 by min, so even though it's around 0.4 difference from the top from the world record, I think let's just see how this goes, as it's a quite technical track, a bit more standardized, I would say, mixed style of map, something that you would see a bit more often in mixed style competitions. But here we're gonna start with the first round on Burn It All Down.
Yeah, and Chung is very strong on this map. I raced Chung here in the open qualifiers. He was very fast and very consistent, but let's see how he does here. Everyone through cleanly, it looks like. Gaming Boy a little behind, but easy to catch up. Fiddy with a very nice low jump there. That will gain him a little bit as we proceed through the next section. Einol had to slow down there, might have had to lift a little bit just before the checkpoint there. Lost a little bit. Gaming Boy touching the grass. Again, costing him little bits of time, but Chung and Fiddy very, very close up front. Chung looking really strong as expected on this map. Very clean. Fiddy trying to push it, but Chung with a couple of tenths lead. This end section though, does anyone risk too hard? Everyone looks like they're through cleanly. And the final drift is all Chung needs now, and he will secure the 10 points. Very good run by Chung.
Yeah, if Chung definitely wants to overtake Fiddy for those first places and have a bit more opportunities, they definitely have to increase the gap between Idol and Gaming Boy. And at the moment, they are slowly running away with the points, getting those extra round wins from both Fiddy's and Chung's side, as Gaming Boy has an early mistake, having a bit more extra airtime. Looks like Idol as well full on went over the edge right there, but as it looks like yeah, it's gonna be a 1v1 between Chung and Fiddy here in this match, as they look the most strongest one in this match so far in this round. Looks like Fiddy goes for the attack over Chung, gets a lot more speed due to these corners, only the 0.1 difference between the players. Bit of an oversteer from Fiddy allows Chung to catch up, pushes for the inside line. It looks like Chung gets a bit of an oversteer there on the plastic turn, loses the gear due to that, but let's see what happens. Fiddy does get a lot of nice extra speed there, but sometimes a bit more speed gets here. Players get thrown into the side, so let's see what will happen. It looks like it's gonna be a solid 10-pointer from Fiddy's side. No major mistakes at the end, but meanwhile Gaming Boy, both and Einol are quite struggling on this one.
Yeah, a few mistakes early by Gaming Boy and Einol allows Fiddy and Chung to increase their lead. Fiddy getting very, very close to that point limit, that finalist mode now. Let's see how we do this round. Everyone through that first hump cleanly. Looking good. Chung a little wide, a little bit behind the pack now, but it is still early in the lap. Fiddy with a nice line here. Chung actually gaining quite a bit on that transition there. Fiddy losing speed. Very close round so far though. And this is where Chung really starts to push the advantage in these drifts here. He's very, very consistent at those drifts, very fast at them. But Chung and Fiddy, again, out in the lead. Looking good. Einol there challenging Fiddy for second. Fiddy with way more speed out of here. He's going to catch right up to Chung and overtake him. Now going to push the dirt here. Gaming Boy a long way behind. Or Chung makes a mistake. This might give Einol a chance to overtake. Not quite. Chung does just hold on for second place.
Yeah, but it looks like the Fiddy and Chung all the time just take the 1 and 2s, while Einol and Gaming Boy are left with the +4 and +3. It's actually no, Fiddy is just 1 point away, so he just has to finish one round and he will be entered finalist. So I did not catch how many points Chung at the moment that has, but looks like he's gonna be quite close to the finalist as well. So he definitely wants to at least get as much points as possible to get as close as to that finalist as well. I think Fiddy's goal is just try to deny the 10 pointers for Chung right there to just try to deny as much opportunities and for him to be honest. Actually, we have Gaming Boy at the moment in the second place. Finally, no mistakes on his side. A little bit struggling there on the third position. Meanwhile, looks like Gaming Boy tries to attack. Has a very risky line there. Maintains a lot of speed. Looks like Fiddy is out on this one, but he just needs to finish this round. And he's safe for finalists. Looks like Gaming Boy tries to attack Chung, gets a solid drift at the end and actually snipes Chung at the very end. Gaming Boy secures another plus 10 pointer, tries to prove himself, okay, I can maybe potentially go through this match. But sadly, with the mistakes he had previously, it's not going to be that easy. And at the moment, we have Fiddy now entering finalists, and Chung is just 7 points away.
Yeah, really good race there, that final round as well. And important snipe over Chung there. So Chung now needs to win the round to enter finalists. If he had won that round, he would have only needed a second place, I believe. Or maybe even a third or fourth would have got in there. I'm not 100% sure how the points work now. But now we're moving on to Sliced. This was definitely one of my weaker tracks. It's a lot of dirt on this track, so you want to push these corners very high to get max speed out of the dirt. Everyone, I expect, will be quite strong here though. It's been in the original Open Qualifier, so everyone would have put a lot of time into learning this one. I believe, I'm not sure on the PBs, but they will all be very strong here. Again, I raced Chung on this map. He was very strong. Fiddy's strong in a lot of places, and then we go into this very risky finish here where you want to go high on the right on the dirt there and down to the left and kind of jump into the finish here. Very, very easy to fail, and everyone will be looking for consistency on that finish.
Yeah, actually, if we look at the times, looks like Fiddy and Chung are the closest ones. Both of them are with the 43.7, 7.6 and 7.7 respectively. So I think there are going to be very close rounds between those two, and who will be the first one who go through to the winners final. So anyway, we're going to be starting off the first round. As looks like Chung actually goes for a bit different line, goes for the inside approach. Doesn't maintain that much speed, but looks like that managed to put him in up there. So looks like it's quite similar in terms of pace, as we have Fiddy and Chung currently in the 1-2 positions. Anil in third. Looks like it's gonna be very, very close between them. Looks like Chung has a lot more speed. Get the light, nice wiggle right there, push him a bit more speed. Looks like Fiddy lost a lot of speed there as well. Lost even Idol starting to gain a bit. Hard to say, but looks like Chung at the moment. A little bit of an oversteer, goes for the wider line, tries to bench up more speed. Fiddy touches the wall, and Chung will secure a plus 10 pointer, and now we'll have double finalist for the first place between Chung and Fiddy.
Yeah, good round. It looked like Fiddy really tried to push the end. He needed to win to proceed, so that's fair enough in pushing that line. Didn't work out this time, but now Fiddy and Chung both in finalists, so if either one of them wins the round, they proceed. Gaming Boy and Einl need to deny them both. Looked like Fiddy made a very early mistake there, actually. Gaming Boy pushing now, trying to catch Chung. Chung maintains the lead. Gaming Boy going very inside. Oh, but he bonks. Big mistake by Gaming Boy. It's now a 1v1 between Chung and Einl. Chung running wide, but he avoids the wall. Now you want to get the gear there before the grass section, and it looks like both players do. Chung now, a little bit of an awkward line. Einl's going to overtake him, and Chung's coming back though, really close. And Chung,
and it's going to be, yes, Chung will win.
He's just got to snipe him. What a race. So that will be, Chung will win the round.
Yeah, Chung will win the round and will be first
to go through.
Yep, exactly. So we have the first winner and first player in the winners final. It's going to be Chung from Korea. So the early mistakes from Fiddy really started to gives him extra issues here and there, but he still has an opportunity. Same for Gaming Boy and Einl have the opportunities as well to potentially bounce back, since we're playing till 2 winners. And top 2 players then will move on to the winners bracket final, where bottom 2 will be eliminated. Now, looks like Fiddy at the moment in the lead. Bit of a sketchy line there from Einl. He loses a lot of speed due to the exit, but looks like Gaming Boy tries to attack Fiddy. Oh no, he flies out, and looks like Fiddy has an amazing opportunity to finish off But he just needs to keep it relatively safe for Rhino, maybe potentially to snap, because we saw some mistakes happening from Fidi's side, but looks like it's gonna be nice and easy, and we'll have the second place finisher in this match. It's gonna be Fidi from Australia, who will move on to the winners bracket final that will be played out tomorrow. So we have Chung and Fidi who went through. Solid performances from both of them, and now we're gonna be soon gonna be watching the semi-final 2. So congratulations to Chung and Fidi on moving on to the next round. So what are your thoughts on this matchup that we just witnessed? That at first both of us were like on one-sided, that Fidi was the guy who will take it, but at the place where it mattered, it started to break. You get a lot of some mistakes here and there, and Chung managed to get through. And what are your thoughts on the match? Did it meet your expectations, and what do you think about it overall?
Yeah, so as we said, it looked like Fidi looked like he was a really strong player. But yeah, just a few mistakes hitting that finalist mode. Could have been nerves or mistakes happen. But he did make it through. But really, really strong performance by Chung. He played really well. Really impressed by how he played on your map. Actually, he, as you said, he struggled in the qualifier there, but must have put a lot of time into learning it and had some really, really strong performances there. I only think he crashed out on the ice section once, I believe. Other than that, he got through it all cleanly and got some nice points from that. But yeah, really good races, really fun to watch, and GG, well played to Fidi and Chung, and congrats on making it through. And yeah, it was good to watch. I think map 23 was actually very interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting to see what the next match does with consistency, if they push for speed or they go for consistency, as we did see a lot of mistakes there on 23.
Yeah, speaking of the next match is gonna be between Winkyface from Australia, Min 2002 from Korea, Simply Nick from Australia, and Spider from Singapore. From these 4 players, Winkyface has been top 4 player in Asia's major tournaments basically since the start. Have been a finalist all the time, not finalist, grand finalist. Min has his first tournament appearance since, well, ages. Recently started to compete a bit more competitively, and definitely started to show himself as maybe even a top player in the game overall. Maybe challenging even Karyan on some of the campaign tracks. Definitely got some bit of a word from himself from that, but now he's gonna also qualified. Actually, he qualified in the very first qualifier together with Einol in this tournament. So he did manage to skip the second open qualifier since he was through, but now he's going to be facing off against Simply Nick, who actually was the winner of the very first Asia's Trackmania Championship, which was held in the spring season, and Simply Nick is the winner of that. Very experienced player, also high player who played in Twitch Rivals, has been showcased a solid performance, and with also streaming a lot of time gets him this extra exposure to different kind of map styles, and trying to prove himself with other top international players definitely put him skill up. So, but let's see how he will go. I see that he has improved some of the times on some of the maps. So far, he is, I would say, at the moment, one of the slower players in the field so far, but I think with his experience, he can definitely get that consistency up and maybe potentially snipe some of the players and maybe even deny some of the slots from the others. And the last player we have in the match is gonna be Spider from Singapore. Also a bit of a, not really a long-term player, but a player who has a fair share of experience. Have played all previous AOTCs, has a solid performance there. He placed 4th in the very first one as well, and has been shown that he can definitely play with decent performances in TMFL as well. So who do you think who could be the 2 people who might see going out of this bracket? Either Winkyface, Min, Simply Nick, or Spider?
Yeah, so it should be a good match. I think, for me, Winkyface looks like the strongest player As you said, Nick didn't seem to have the strongest performance in the qualifiers, but like you said, with that experience, he definitely has the skill to do well here. Spider, another really strong player, and Min, as you said, qualifying in the first week, really strong player. So I think I'm giving it to Winky to make it through, and then I think it'll be between Spider and Min. And I mean, Nick can do anything, but I think for second place, it's going to be between Spider and Min, in my opinion. But should be a good match, and I very much look forward to it.
Yeah, I do think this will be a close one if you actually look at the times and the performances from them. Winkyface currently, if you look at the campaign points given out from the time attack performances from players' personal bests, Winkyface is in the first place overall. Min is in third place, and Spider is in 8th. But Simply Nick is not even the top 10. But this is what I said, that with his performances and his experience, I don't think he will need that much of the pace. And since we saw a bunch of mistakes happening, especially on maps like 23, if he just tries to play consistent and try to, let's just say, get the game knowledge and the game sense properly, I can definitely see him sniping in on those mistakes from other players and potentially even going through. But let's see if that happens. So far, we're at the moment a bit waiting till the next few matches start, since we have around 20 minutes. So we will have a minor break so far. And then we'll see you then.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone, to the Asia and Oceania Trackmania Championship. I'm joined now by Boney. If you want to introduce yourself, Boney.
Well, I will. Good morning. Good. Yeah, I mean, it's good morning for me. It's good afternoon, and I'm pretty sure it's already good evening for some people in chat at this point. I'm Boney C. You may have known me from the Trackmania seasonal series, having casted some of those events, and this will be my first time to come in for the AOTC. Obviously, there's already been a few events happening, but this will be the first one where I'll be stepping in to cast some games for you all. So I'm very curious to see how the players will do and how they will perform. I'm not the most familiar, but I'm hoping to become familiar and maybe get some more, favorites in my pocket.
Yeah, awesome. Pleasure to have you here. So the next match we have for you is going to be between Winkyface, Min, Simply Nick, and Spider23. All very solid players. Winky and I believe it was, let me double check this. I believe it was Winky and Min that made it through the first open qualifier. It was, yep, and Nick and Spider made it through the second. So first up we have Winkyface. Really solid player. Had some really good results recently in the other AOTC championships, a second and a third. So definitely a solid player. He's a really strong player. I've raced him quite a bit in the Cup of the Day reruns, and he's had some insane performances there. So I think he's definitely going to be a player to watch out for. After the next player coming up is going to be... Yep. He's going to be very strong. The next player coming up is going to be Min. I haven't seen a whole lot of Min, but he again made it through the first open qualifier, so really strong player. Very curious to see how he's going to perform. A very good tech player, so I expect he is going to be very strong on any tech maps that we have. And next player is going to be Simply Nick. I think everyone will recognize Simply Nick. Pretty well-known streamer, really solid player, very experienced. Won the first AOTC championship, played in Twitch Rivals, has a lot of experience behind him, really strong player. Didn't have the best qualifier here, but I expect he's been working hard, and I think his experience is going to show just how strong he is. And finally, we have Spider. Another really strong player. Played in, again, in the AOTC, I think the first one. Had a decent performance there, making the grand finals, really strong. Doesn't like tech, as you can see there. So let's see how he goes on the tech maps. He probably would have had to put a little bit of work into them, but a really strong lineup of players. Who do you think will be the players to look out for?
Definitely interesting to see the preferred style. No full tech, no force. Like anything else is fine. Just not those two.
No tech. Yep.
And it does, from what I have seen from the maps themselves, there's a lot of dirt and some tech. There's not a lot of tech, so I do think you might get a swish in that regard. But from I could say names. I know Spider, I know Simply Nick, so I just put those as favorites. But at the same time, looking at the times that these players have said, clearly Winkyface is one to look out for, right? Not only that, but also his results in the past really do show that he has a favorite spot. I might even say just looking at stats. I'm always curious to see how players perform in a live situation, right? That isn't always the same as just hunting a track, but he definitely seems to be pretty well prepared. Min, also unknown to me personally, So not a lot I can say about him. Just very curious to see what he does. Found it interesting to see that he uses both keyboard and controller to play. I assume for different surfaces. So I don't know how much that'll be an impact on him for the current maps. There's just a bit of ice on SRK's map, but other than that, it's mainly dirt and mainly road. So I don't know if he's gonna need to swap all that much. But personally, just I'll probably say like Winkyface will take one, and like I'm gonna give it to Spider for two, and that is more of a biased pick. I will say it isn't based on anything at all whatsoever. I just want to see Spider advance.
That is very fair. Yep, I agree though. It's very interesting to see players that have these different input devices for different surfaces. I think that's really creative, and I think it's crazy to watch people that can do it because I absolutely can't. But yeah, I think Winky is going to be a very, very strong player. And again, as you said, Simply Nick, yeah, I recognize him. I think a lot of people do, and really experienced player, so he's definitely going to be strong. Unfortunately, I haven't seen very much of Spider, so I can't speculate how he's going to go, but definitely best of luck to everyone. And Min is Min's a very strong player as well. But it looks like we are about to jump in and see how the players are doing on their warm-up.
Yeah, just a few minutes remaining until we actually get things kicked off. About 4.5 minutes. Looking like we're starting off on 23. How do you feel about 23? For me personally, going into this one during my discovery run over the fall campaign, has been one of the trickiest ones for me to set an AT on with all the plastic shenanigans going on. But overall, a map I still enjoy and may even hunt a bit. How about you?
Yeah, it's an interesting track. The earlier match here, the first round was everyone made a mistake. Like, it's a very, very easy track to make a mistake on. So I'm curious to see how these guys handle it. I myself have hunted this a little bit, and yeah, it's a tough map to hunt. It's very, very easy to make mistakes. There's a lot of things to hit, a lot of poles, flags, trees, everything you can think of to hit on this map. If we take a quick look at the leaderboards, I believe from this lobby, Min has the best time here. He's currently sitting 19th in the world, I believe, with a 49.4, which is a very, very good time. Very curious to see how he does it in a match situation though. If he safes a few areas, or if he just does go full risk and try to win it on pace. And then I'm not sure who after Ming. It might be Winky. No, not Winky. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure who is the next fastest after Min, but that is a very, very strong time, a 49.4. So I think we're definitely gonna have to look out for him and see how he does this in a match situation.
Yeah, very curious to see that as well. Like, I'm not seeing any of the players in top 100, but yeah, I think this will be a lot of a bit of a tricky one going live. The start can be very, very tight, right? Just skating by those cinder blocks at the start. I always find is one of those points where you want to go tight, but it's very easy to clip a tire right there. Along with the sideways checkpoint, right? It's one of those things that isn't as common anymore in current Trackmania tracks, right? Usually they're just straight on, right? Especially in the campaign. You usually only find those in custom, so it's nice to see that coming in again. But I can imagine that just simply throws you for a loop from time to time. It's just less space to really go through, and not only that, you already have a tight right-hander going into that onto plastic where you still run the hats to lose some speed. It's not really an issue right there with the pillars, right? Those pillars, they're there, but they're more of a guiding thing. But it's really that plastic. I think still plenty of people new to plastic and really getting into their own with that, similar to the way Ice was a year ago, right? We've only seen it in Royal mainly, and to finally have it in main maps is nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely interesting to see how everyone handles the new blocks. It does have, when I drive it, I noticed it has similar properties kind of to dirt and grass, but it's definitely not the same. It's definitely something different the drivers have to learn. And that, yeah, I remember that learning the map, that sideways checkpoint took me quite a bit to figure out how to go through that one. But I think these drivers are quite a bit better than me, so I think they'll have it down, but we will have to wait and see. And it'll also be very interesting to see who's going to push the risky tree jump here. We saw a few
Right.
people going for it and gaining a few tenths, so there's definitely reward there if you can hit it consistently. It's just can these players do it consistently?
Oh yeah, it's very tough. I mean, I've been messing around with that, and I I hardly ever got. I don't think I have gotten it yet because it's quite a tight angle, and I just prefer to go to the left of the tree line, right, and just land up there. But definitely a lot to be gained from the right, and it's really a matter of do you want to risk it or not. Perhaps at the start you might take it easy, just feel out the crowd, the people, and the players you're playing against, whether or not they're doing it. But at the same time, there's mind games happening. Maybe you just go for it right away, just to mess with people, right, and give them the feeling that they are on edge, and they just have to go for it. We're alive. Warm-up is over, and we're actually into round number 1 of fall 23. Very curious to see how these players will stack up going into the final corner. Just very close by, not too tight of a line past those cinder blocks, so no one really taking a decisive lead right now. Things are gonna maybe make a difference once we get to the sideways checkpoint into the tree jump. Winkyface going a bit wide, Simple Link deciding to go in instead, but Min at the front right now, and a nice jump from Min as well. That is Min and Simply Nick at the front as Spider and Winkyface just trying to chase the 2 players down. Quite a big gap, but Simply Nick messes up that plastic slide right there. It's a very tricky one. It's a very tight line, but he does not manage to make it. Min goes in first place, taking a decisive number 1 as we have Spider, Winkyface coming in number 2 and 3. Let's see, Simply Nick will be able to finish before the timer runs out. He does barely, and he does net
Just gets to
himself
finish.
some 3 points.
Yeah, so really solid round by Min, a 50.0, quite a nice time. A few mistakes by the others, but solid round by Min. Let's see how everyone does the second round. Spider going for a very far jump to the right there. Works out to be even with everyone though. Nice close start. Winky falling a little bit behind, just a couple of tenths. Nothing major yet. Everyone taking the next section. Spider going for a very tight slide there, losing out. Winky's going to overtake him now in third. Simply Nick actually bonks the checkpoint. That is the first one to fall victim to the sideways checkpoint. Min getting a really clean jump between the trees there. Really good line by Min. He has got a massive lead now with that line. Spider in second. Winky just behind in third. Can he keep the ending clean? Winky trying to catch, trying to push. Spider actually gaining on Min. Spider goes really high. Winky's actually going to get the inside line on him and get second. Min getting another 10 points. Spider third. Simply Nick coming home in fourth.
Definitely went wrong for Spider there at the end, as he went from a 1 car length on Winky to finishing 2 seconds behind. Clearly just not having the jump that he wanted. But right now, Min in a dominating lead, winning 2 rounds in a row. Round number 3, Simply Nick at the back right now, as Min and Winkyface are fighting for first place at the front. Spider's been pretty close by this entire round, looking to be somewhat stable on 23, but not quite getting there, as we do see Winkyface crash into the checkpoint right there. Very unfortunate to see. So it's a fight between Min and Spider. Simply Nick is catching up right now, 3 tenths behind on the leader. This corner right here is usually where people fall. So far, everybody stays in. Min goes very wide there, almost driving off, but manages to stay in, keeping some speed, keeping the lead, as Spider trying his might to overtake. He does not, and Min picks up the number 1. Spider number 2. Not sure what happened to Simply Nick there. He does finish in number 3, but he was 4 seconds behind instead of just 3 tenths.
I think
So,
Nick actually clipped a wheel on the plastic there, an inside wheel it looked like, and lost a little bit of time out. But he was looking strong that round, solid round apart from that. Winky with a big mistake, bonking that checkpoint. But Min really, really strong here so far. Again, he had the best PB of all the drivers, and showing us that he can do good times consistently as well. Spider a little bit behind here, fairly close round. The top three all very close. Spider going for a much tighter drift than everyone else. Winky running a little wide there, electing to go outside the poles. Min again jumping through the trees. Winky actually hits the tree. Spider also making a little mistake losing out. So big time loss for Winky. So Min has the lead. Simply Nick trying to catch him. But Min again looking really, really strong. But yeah, everyone falling victim to this track, apart from Min it seems. Min is going to take another 10 points. And with a 49.7, what a time.
Wow. That is some very, very good driving indeed. Just netting a top 50 time casually during live play. I mean, that is 4 rounds, 4 wins, 4 men. That is a great start, right? That's a start that you want. You got that in the pocket. If you're a bit weaker on a different track, it doesn't, matter too much because you already built up a nice lead, and all the other players are, behind by at least 16 points. That is very, very good start for men. But moving on to, which one is this? This is Chalk, I believe, if I'm seeing this correctly.
Yes, this is Chalk by Nacho. I enjoyed this map, I think, the most out of all the maps. I don't think it was my strongest, but yeah, I did really enjoy driving this track. It looks like Min has the strongest time here of everyone in this match, followed very closely by Winky. Min has a 45.248, Winky with a 45.376. And then Spider with a 45.7, and Simply Nick with a 45.9. So it looks like Min and Winky are very strong on this map. Let's see if they can do it consistently, though, of course. Winky definitely struggled with consistency on 23.
Yeah, it's I do expect it to be somewhat closer. I do think this track has less risky parts than 23 might have, though this track has a lot of gears, right? You really, really want to keep hold of that gear, as I've been going through these. Just keep on to gear 4 on the dirt, so you can maintain a lot of speed going out of it. And I think that's especially difficult on the first drop that we're having down into the dirt happening right here. As we are live, Spider taking the lead, as Simply Nick, Winkyface, and Min follow behind. Min coming in very hard. All the players managing to keep their gears relatively well into the engine off block. Let's see if all the players are able to not slide out. Winkyface goes a bit wide, but so far so good. Very close top 3 right now. Both Spider, Min, and Winkyface just trying to keep up with each other. Good slides coming in. Will anyone hit this checkpoint right here, or are they going to be just fine? Winkyface, Min, Spider, Simply Nick, everybody very close. Spider makes a mistake, though, unfortunately, as it is between Winkyface and Min. Which of the two are going to finish first? It is Min by just 0.02 of a second. Winkyface, unfortunately, falling behind, taking just a +6. Min, 50 points. He just needs another 50. Like, he just wins another 5 and we're done, right?
Yeah, what a race by Min and Winky there. But yeah, really, really strong start from Min so far, taking every single round. What a performance so far. Nick going very inside here. Gonna lose a little bit of exit speed, but very close round. Everyone getting through the dirt cleanly. Looks like everyone keeping their gears, no one touching too much sand. Oh, Nick, he's gonna bonk on the outside there, though. That is gonna be a very big time loss going into an engine off section. And it looks like Winky and Min again 1v1ing for the lead. Spider a little bit behind, but definitely ready if anyone makes a mistake. Now this challenging ice section. Keep speed, go through the checkpoint, everyone through cleanly. Now just one slide away from Winky and his first 10 points, and he is going to bring it home with a 45.5. Min takes second, Spider third, and Nick does finish for 4th place.
First win for anyone other than Min, but as we can see, Min still far ahead. He can afford this, and he's clearly doing just fine, driving in second place, looking to be keeping up the speed very nicely, and looking to want to close out this match as soon as possible. I don't know if there's any maps he's avoiding, but at this speed, he's be doing just fine. All the players getting through the dirt section, except for Spider. Spider, unfortunately, falling behind just a little bit on the rest of the pack, but still close behind. No major mistakes so far. Ice is looking very good as well. It's really Winkyface and Min driving at the same pace. Going to come down to these final few corners. Bit of an awkward landing from Min, causing him to lose a lot of speed. Spider clips the inside of the ice corner, so it's just Winkyface, Simply Nick, but Winkyface just has a bit too much distance on Simply Nick. Simply Nick unfortunately doesn't get the jump, and he relegates the second place to Min as well. So unfortunate, just didn't have to slide as you would like it right there, going a bit too wide. So unfortunately not 6 points, but instead 4 points for Simply Nick.
Yeah, a bit of a crazy round. A lot of mistakes. Winky getting through cleanly though. Let's see how everyone handles this round. Nick has a bit of a different line than everyone, although it looked a bit more similar that time. Winky went very inside and seemed to have kept a decent amount of speed. It looks like Spider's made a minor mistake. He's almost a second behind now. Min with a lot of speed into the bobsleigh, going to take first. And Nick very close behind, Winky in third. Nick looks like, yeah, he has to lift here. Going to lose a little bit of speed. Just ran a little bit wide from that drift. Everyone through the checkpoint cleanly. Winky and Nick battling for second place. I think Nick actually bonked there. And
Oh,
he's going to
no.
lose. Yeah, lose out there a lot. Unfortunate for Nick. Really good time by Min though, 45.4. Wow.
I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I'll tell you that. But again, good performance coming in from Lake. Still very much in the lead. Winkyface right behind. Well, right behind. When I say right behind, that's about 30 points behind. So that's tough for the other players to overcome. To challenge Min on that first place. Give him a bit of a jolt to be like, hey, stay away, because right now he's looking to be dominating the tracks very well. And we are going on to the Hoot XXL SRK's map, where we have road, we have dirt, and we have a little bit of ice.
Yeah, so a bit of a mixed map. A lot to do on this map. I'm working this other map, but I get a lot in ice. But look at the West. Yeah, actually the best time with a 40.592, which is a 10th better than second place. So really strong time here from Winky. Spider's second out of this lobby with a 40.8, and then Min with a 41.2 and Nick with a 41.3. So Winky has raw pace here. We'll just have to see if he can do it consistently. And it should be a good match. Min has an absolutely blinding start though. It's going to be really tough for anyone to chase Min down now. But we are about to jump into the first round.
Built up quite the just a buffer, right? It's a buffer. As I said before, if he has a bad map, he can just go at it and he'll be fine right now. Though good start for all the players. Spider a bit behind on the rest of the pack, so he'll just be watching the other players move forward. As Simply Nick decides to go a bit wide there. Doesn't look like it was the right choice, as Min and Winkyface are going on ahead. See this ice slide. Players slowing down just a little bit. You really don't want to go too fast because you will slide out, unfortunately. But looks like Winkyface and Min are gonna battle out for number one once again. Simply Nick simply lurking in the back, but I don't think he's gonna get in between the two players. He does not, and he doesn't get the risky fin either. Just bad luck happening all around. First it was the jump on chalk, and now it was the risky fin jump. Very, very unfortunate, and doesn't even get the 3 points.
Yeah, that is really, really unlucky for Nick there. You really need a good setup out of that bobsleigh, otherwise it's very easy to miss that finish. But Winkyface takes the 10 points from that round. Everyone off to a decent start here. Spider looks a little slow there, but he's still well in the battle. Nick running a little wide, gonna have bad exit speed now. Winky and Min battling for first place. Everyone through the drift cleanly, no one hitting the grass, very nice. And here, you want to wash off as much speed as you can for this ice slide. Winky looks like he might have a better line for the bobsleigh. Very, very close between Winky and Min, and he does have a bit more speed. Let's see if Nick can keep it clean this time. Has a little bit of a rough setup, but he does get the finish. Winkyface with a 41.1. Quite a nice time by Winkyface. He's going to get another 10 points.
Bit of catching up there. 20 points. Well, I mean 19 if I'm being very. Let's just keep it to 20 points between the two right now. If Winkyface, I'd say he would have to win 3 rounds in a row for him to really give Min a hard time. But even then, Min is looking very good to reach finalist mode very, very soon. Though right now, falling behind together with Spider, Winkyface, and Simply Nick at the front. Spider behind by about a second, but here comes Min just building up all this speed, swooping by Simply Nick and coming down to hunt Winkyface, but Winkyface could allow that. I'm not sure actually, as this eye slide is looking very good for Winkyface into the boss lane section. And I don't think Min is going to contest the number 1, but he does get the number 2, just needs to get this final jump, and he does. Winkyface number 1, Min 2, Nick 3, and Spider 4.
Yeah, so Winkyface looking strong on this map, but as you said, still a very long way to go to catch Min. And Min is now just 1 win away from reaching that finalist mode. So he's going to be looking for a very strong performance in this final round. See if he can make finalist before the next map. Everyone through the no steer. Min with a slightly different line than everyone, but it all works out to be the same. Nick actually clipping there and losing all of his speed. That is unfortunate. Winkyface and Min battling for lead. Min with a lot of speed. Seems to carry so much speed through this section. Really, really clean lines. Winky a little slow. Now Spider's actually going to go for the overtake. Spider a little wide on the ice slide here, but should have a good setup for the bobsleigh. Able to carry a lot of speed. Actually, it looks like Min's quite slow. It looks like Winky and Spider are both going to go for the overtake. Spider with a low line just makes the finish and is going to get the round win with a 41-5. Winky in second, Min third, and Nick fourth.
Gotta feel good for Spider just coming in like that. That wide ice line really allowed him to build up enough speed to overtake as much as he did. That was a very, very nice finish for Spider to see. Happy to just you know, like a nice cap to the end of the round, the end of Hutte XXL, and this is, if I am seeing that correctly, this is Burn It All Down.
That is correct. Yep, this is Burn It All Down. It's a bit more of a technical map. I think Min is probably going to be quite strong here. And checking the player personal best, Min actually has the best with a 49.682. So I'm expecting him to be strong, and with just very close to finalists, this could be a very, very good time for this map to come up for him. Winkyface is the next best in the match with 3/10 behind. He's at 49.978. And then we have Spider next with a 50.5. And Simply Nick has... Oh no, sorry. Simply Nick's the next best after Winky with a 50.2. And Spider with a 50.5. So we'll have to see who can do this consistent. A lot of slides, a few transitions. Can be some very good races on this map. And let's see how everyone handles it.
Yeah, it's, I mean, pretty much foregone conclusion. You know, Min will get finalist mode on this track, and it's really just the question of how quickly will he be able to close it out. His record says that it'll be fast, but it is live, so we'll see how fast he'll actually close it out as we do go in. All the players very close together, as Simply as Nick says, nah, never mind, I'm just going to crash out, leave it to you guys. Fortunate to see, just not having a great race right now, Simply Nick has. So instead, it is Min right now in the lead. Winkyface right behind. Spider clips the inside of that corner right now, attacking it just a bit too hard, trying to stay close to the rest of the players. So it's just Min and Winkyface fighting it out for number 1. Expecting a number 1 or 2 from Min at this point, maybe if he makes a bit of a mistake, but it's looking like finalist mode is his for the taking, as Winkyface does hit the side of the road there with that third jump. Not the best slide from Min, but it doesn't really matter. All the other players made mistakes as well, as Min just picks up the number 1, picks up finalist mode, and Winkyface number 2, Spider number 3, Simply like 4. It's gonna be quite a lot of denying for the other players if they want to keep Min from winning it all.
Yeah, Min finalist mode, and all he needs is 1 win, and he makes it through. He does get a little bit of a bad start though. Still well within range of everyone else. Winky with a little bit of a lead. Min, what a slide by Min. He gains so much time through there, really, really pushing it, and he takes first place. Takes the lead with that. Winkyface second, a couple of tenths behind. Spider actually going for the inside on Winky, but clips the grass, so he's going to lose a lot of speed there. And everyone looking good. Nick about half a second behind. Still definitely within range to strike if someone does make a mistake, and Min clips on the inside there and has to reset at the checkpoint. That's a big mistake by Min. So he won't make it out this round. He will be denied once. It's a really close race by Spider and Winky. Winky gets a no slide and Spider's going to take the round win.
Oh. My
Winky
word. I
losing
mean,
that
especially with that slide. Oh my word. That was such a clean jump onto that dirt section. Really, solidifying his lead in the race at that point. Unfortunate that he then lost it on a later corner, but hey, that's how it is, right? You got about 50 seconds to make it happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. As for life right now, most of the players close together. Instead, simply Nick. Again, I don't know what it is with me commentating when I see people close together as he crashes out once again. Min and Winkyface right now fighting for first place. Winkyface taking the lead right now, but Min lurking in the back. Spider in third place. Keeping an overview of the two players, hoping for a mistake, I assume, as he hasn't been doing as fast as he probably would have liked. Min now overtaking Winkyface. Man, this is gonna go both ways. The Spider decides to come into the mix and fight it all out. Min, just that last part of the dirt not really going the way he wanted it to, losing too much speed. As Winkyface and Spider pick up the number 1 and 2 once again. Simply Nick does pick up the number 4 this time. So that is a few points for him, but on 52. But this is going to be risky for Min. He's not the only finalist remaining. Winkyface decides to enter the fray.
Yeah, we now have a double finalist. Really unfortunate mistakes by Min. He had the lead that round and just barely touched. It looks like Nick with an early mistake. He's about a second behind. The two finalists out in front, battling. Min with a slight advantage. Winky going very inside, going for the overtake. Very, very close, just 6,000 through that checkpoint. Winky with a much wider line, gonna clip the grass. Doesn't seem to lose too much speed. Spider again, lurking in the backfield. Just waiting for a mistake. Min really inside. Really, really sending. Winky takes the lead. But Min going for a massive inside line. Very, very even right now. Who gets the dirt section better? Who pushes it harder without touching the wheel? Min with a lot of speed, just one final drift. It's a tricky drift, but he gets it cleanly, and Min is going to be the first player to proceed. Well played.
Played indeed, and I think definitely deserved. Winkyface trying to fight him on getting first himself, but right now it is up to Spider and Simply Nick to deny Winkyface instead. So we'll be seeing Min in the winners final happening tomorrow, and we're just gonna have to see who is the second player joining them, which of the remaining two players will be falling down to the losers bracket. But we are going on to we've pretty much seen all the tracks at this point, right? Yeah, we've seen 23, we went to Chalk, then to Hutex itself, burn it all down, and it looks like we might finish it all off on Sliced. I mean, it doesn't have to. If everybody denies Winkyface all the time, there's a possibility we get to a 6th map. But Winkyface is looking like he's about to move on. What do you think?
Yeah, this is the final map. There's a lot of places to make mistakes on this map, so we'll see what happens. Winkyface does have the best PB out of the match here with a 43.634, so he definitely has pace, but it comes down to can he do that in a match situation? And yeah, it just comes down to Spider and Simply Nick now on if they can deny him for long enough, because he does have a big lead right now over everyone else.
He does. It's a matter of seeing if Winkyface keeps his composure. So far, he has been doing just that well, but this is only him in finalist mode. Simply Nick and Spider having to hunt him down, and Winkyface, so far, good start. In the lead by about 0.3 of a second, having some nice speed. Simply Nick building up a bit more speed and closing in on Winkyface, however, just behind by 2.5 now. Let's see if Winkyface is able to take it. The Spider jumps a bit too far to the left, unfortunately has to respawn, but we get into the final section, final dirt corner. Winkyface has a nice descent into the final road, and he does get it. He closes it out. Simply Nick simply decides to just, call it, leaves the game as well. I'm assuming just, not having a good game. I fully understand he's just, just going to bow out. But that does mean that Winkyface closes it out on the final track of the map pack, and we will be seeing Min Winkyface in winners final, and Spider and Simply Nick will be finding themselves in the losers bracket.
Yeah, so really good match. I think Min played absolutely phenomenally. What a performance by him. I think he won the first 5 rounds in a row and looked like the absolute master of track 23.
Oh yeah.
Really, really good performance by him. Unfortunately, a shaky performance by Simply Nick, but it does happen. Unfortunately, sometimes the match just doesn't go your way. You can make these little mistakes. But he will have another chance in the lower bracket, as will Spider, so we'll see them again in action soon, I believe. But yeah, really good match. Congrats to Winky and Min for moving on. We'll see them in action again tomorrow and see how they go.
Yeah, it's been it's also for me interesting to see, for me personally, the two unknowns, Min and Winkyface, right, to show off their dominance really on the tracks. They've been looking good on, well, pretty much all of them. Like, I didn't really get the idea that they necessarily had a weak track. Maybe they personally do feel like maybe Sliced would have been a bad track for Min. I don't know. If you look at the leaderboards, I don't get that idea personally. And it's been definitely a deserved win for Min and Winkyface, and now on Spider and Simply Nick just not really seeming to be as prepared or as fast, for that matter, on the tracks that we have in the pool. And I do believe we will be seeing Spider Simply Nick in just how long is that going to be? In fact, is that going to be about 30 minutes until our next match? We've got a bit of time to talk about what's about to happen, right?
Yeah, indeed. I think it will be 30 minutes away. But yeah, I'm not sure. Simply Nick probably just had a rough match. It definitely happens. So we are going to see the losers of the last 2 matches will be battling it out in about 30 minutes time. Very interested to see how they go. They have a little bit of time to compose themselves if they're not happy with their performance. But yeah, really good match. I'm absolutely blown away by Min's performance. He just absolutely dominated that. Really well played.
Yeah, his early lead, 23 really allowed him to just build that lead right away, and it's a lot more comfortable to be playing from a lead where you can give away a first place or 2 and still be in a position where towards the end of the match you'll be able to have some odds and opportunities to close it out. He had some unfortunate slides happening on Burn It All Down, right, and didn't quite close it out right away, but fortunately for him and unfortunately for the other competitors, they did make enough mistakes for him to simply take it all. And just very, very, very good play, honestly. I'm very, very excited to see Min going into the finals. I haven't caught a lot from the other match, kind of waking up to that one, and did see Chung and Fitty doing a tremendous job as well. So very curious to see how the semifinals 2 people will be stacking up to the semifinals 1 people, right? That's the fun part. But there we have it on the screen right now. We can see our finals, right? Chung, Fitty, Min, and Winkyface will be facing off tomorrow, and the losers round 1, which will be happening in about 25 minutes, in fact, at this point, 27, with Einol, Gaming Boy, Simply Nick, and Spider. So, whew. Still, none of the players are fully out. We're still going to see them, but this is going to be the first match where we're going to have to say goodbye to 2 of the players.
Yeah, this should be a good matchup. The first semi was quite a bit closer. As you can see there, Einol and Gaming Boy both getting into 90 points. But it'll be interesting to see how they stack up against Simply Nick and Spider. That match will be shown in, just about 25 minutes time. So looking forward to that one. I'm not sure who I picked for the favourites in that one. I think that'll be a really, really good match, really close match. So we'll have to wait and see. Everyone will be in their preparation now. I'm not sure.
I mean, I assume, like maybe you just pick up one of the tracks where you maybe, weren't feeling too well and just hammer it out just a little bit, right? Just make sure you check your lines and make extra sure that, yes, I'm actually doing this in the right way. Perhaps, one of the tracks, you feel like, I just kept bonking on that one part. Do it over and over and over and over and over. So that's interesting to see. I think for losers round, it's I'm just gonna root for the Singaporean people. I got a Singapore shirt on right now, so I have to, right? It would be bad manners for me not to, even though I'm not from Singapore at all. But I happen to have a Singaporean shirt.
Oh, that's good reasoning. I accept that.
So that's my my go-to, and I'm just gonna be rooting for Game Boy and Spider as we get into losers round 1. I think we'll take a little bit of a break and just set things up for the next match, and allow you guys to enjoy some nice Trackmania beats. So don't go anywhere, and if you do go anywhere, be sure to come back in about 20 to 25 minutes. We'll be kicking off losers round 1. See you guys then.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Asia and Oceania Trackmania Championship. I am joined once again by Bodhi. How you doing?
All right. I'm still somewhat recovering from that previous match and a dominating win coming in from Min, but we'll be seeing more of him tomorrow in a winners final. That is, from what I just realized, the Korea versus Australia match happening. So I don't know, maybe there'll be a bit of shenanigans, right? Just really wanting to get some more Korean players into the grand finals, but it's gonna be fun to see Chung, Fitty, Min, and Winkyface doing that. But that's not what we're here for right now. We're here for losers round one, the Constellation Finals. Einol, Gaming Boy, Simply Nick, Spider, 4 players from 4 different countries, and we'll see which one will reign supreme and which ones will be knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, it should be a very good match. This is the 3rd week of this championship. Everyone has competed in an open qualifier before this. In the 2 weeks previous. Open qualifier number 1, we had Einol, Fitty, and Min and Winkyface all making it through. Einol is the player from that we're going to see in action in the next match. And open qualifier number 2, the rest of the players made it through, being Simply Nick, Gaming Boy, Chung, and Spider. So a lot of preparation going into it, but as you said, the match we care about right now is the losers round 1. Both had some... The first match, which had Einol and Gaming Boy, was seemed to be a lot closer than the other one. Simply Nick making a few mistakes in his round. Hopefully he's calming himself down here a little bit and has a bit of a better performance. And Spider looked decent there. So we should have a good match. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm hoping Simply Nick did calm down, right? It's just not having the best of runs. It's not good to take that into the next match, especially when it's at risk of elimination. But I'm excited. I haven't seen too much of Einol and Gaming Boy as I was simply just waking up while that match was going on. But the results clearly very, very close, and maybe that is a sign of good things to come for those 2 players. Spider, I think, was maybe simply the victim of Winkyface and Min just being faster, right? Just simply that. He wasn't looking like he was, in any trouble per se, right? He looks to be doing pretty well on all the tracks, but slightly inconsistent, right? You've got 1 or 2 slides, maybe a bit too much of a risk happening for him right there, and losing out on some valuable points during a match. But regardless, I think all the players should be pretty well, well fought. Pretty close to each other in terms of skill. Though I'm just gonna keep rooting for Spider again. I gotta root for Singapore people. That's just me.
Absolutely, yeah. I am expecting this to be a close one, and I agree. I think Spider was just in a really tough bracket. I am expecting him to do very well and go far in this losers match. But we'll have to wait and see. It's worth noting in the first semi, Einol, Fitty, Gaming Boy, and Chung. Fitty did actually disconnect for a couple of rounds in that match. So perhaps the scores are a little closer than they would have been if he hadn't, as he was looking very strong, but still able to push through. But
that was very impressive, yeah, because it turned out to be very, very close from what I can tell. Fitty coming in second on that, despite the DC. Not a lot of players feel confident enough about that.
He lost some valuable points, but able to compose himself for the remaining rounds.
Let's just see what the players themselves that we're about to we'll see play. We got some information on them. We got some nice little tidbits to give you an idea of who to expect and what to expect. So Einol, there you go. Sorry, chat. Favored Xbox Series X controller. From what I saw in terms of mix of inputs, half players use keyboard, half the players use controller. In this case, Einol a controller player. Preferring Cam 2, and that's how I feel as well. Looking to be mixed, which I think fits the current map pool results happening in the previous AOTC Series 6th and 7th place. Right now being in losers round 1, let's hope he's able to get another result within that range and perhaps even higher. So curious to see how that'll give him, show off for him his results. I mean, if he goes out now, it wouldn't be good. We don't want that. We don't want that. I wouldn't want that for him. That would suck. Ooh, Game Boy as well from Indonesia. Keyboard player instead, and also Camp 2. Not a preferred style specifically, but showing off some good results in the summer and spring versions of the AOTC and AOTS, as it was named previously, 3rd and 4th place. Bit of a trickier spot in this situation, but curious to see. I mainly have seen him in the seasonal series, and always been doing relatively well. Unfortunately, the Asian teams in the TSCC haven't always managed to come in that far. So unfortunately, I haven't seen that much from him. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. But interesting, no preferred style at all. Just like just throw whatever sticks. We'll take it. We'll do it. And what this is a corner, whatever server it is, I'll take it. So we'll see how he how he manages throughout the cup, and if he is able to make it through losers final.
Yeah, absolutely. Gaming Boy and Einl both made it through the first match, and now we have Spider, who we saw in action in the previous match. A keyboard player, prefers KM1. That's more in line with me. I'm a KM1 mate. He again does not like full tech or full speed. Full speed isn't a problem here. There's a few techie sections, but overall much more of a mixed map style. So I'm expecting Spider to be quite strong here. He was in a very, very rough bracket with Winky and Min playing absolutely amazingly. So I am expecting him to do very well in this lower match right here. Showing off some good results in the AOTS and in the TMFL. So really strong player, expecting a good performance here. And our final player is simply Nick. Nick had a very, very shaky match, a lot of mistakes, a lot of unfortunate bonks. I expect he's put a little bit of work in the last 20 minutes. A pretty big streamer, uses an Xbox controller, uses the KM1 style as well, prefers the mixed style of track, which once again I think suits very well for this tournament. Has won the AOTC once it was when it was called the AOTS, so definitely can put in big performances and has a lot of experience behind him. So I think we'll see, hopefully we'll see a much more consistent performance here by Simply Nick. But we'll have to wait and see. Those are the players that are going to be competing in this match. What are your predictions, Boney?
I think, despite the previous win from Simply Nick, it just seems like today just isn't quite his day, and like as much as I feel like maybe you have a bad day, but at the same time you feel bad. But I do think that is gonna mean that he might be the first to drop. I actually expect. I think Einl is looking very good to take home number 1 in this one, I'd say. And again, I'm gonna give to Spider number 2. Maybe I'm just gonna give Spider number 1. We're just gonna turn around. Spider number 1, Idol number 2. There we go. I'm just gonna put that on the table. I'm putting all the just everything is on Spider. Don't mess this up for me, man. Just look. I'm gonna look very bad if you mess this up. Please don't. Spider's gonna win this. Easy clap.
Look, I think that's a pretty good pick. Idle and Spider look very strong. Let's hope we haven't jinxed him, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I do agree. I think Nick's looked very shaky. He's going to have to have an insane performance. He's also, it seems like, if we look at personal best, lacking a little bit of pace as well. So he's struggling with pace and consistency. But Idle Spider, very good picks to go through. I do think we're going to see a bit from Gaming Boy. Gaming Boy, another really strong player. But I definitely think Idle's making it through this one. And then I think second place is going to be between Gaming Boy and Spider. And I think I'm probably going to have to agree with you and go with Spider. A very strong player. and we'll have to wait and see. The 2 losers from this will be eliminated from the event. The other 2 will go on to tomorrow to compete in the losers final, and that will be against the 2 losers from the winners final bracket. And then, yeah, we just have to wait and see who makes it through. Players in their warm-up now. Looks like our first map is going to be Hute, which is SRK's map.
It'd be nice mix. I actually had to learn this ice line. Like, I just couldn't figure it out on my own, and it was SRK just telling me, like, bro, just go over the penalty ice. Like, what are you doing? So that's what I've been doing, because it's very, very important to slow down here. You can see Spider doing it right here as well. Just making sure that you have enough time to slow down and get the slide into the bobsleigh, because otherwise you're just gonna go too fast. You're gonna slide out, and it's no bueno. That's not what you want. That's not what you want to do. And you can maybe, lose a bit of speed there. Ice is always a tricky one where you can see people simply slingshotting their way forward just because they have a better slide. Slide is all what it's about. The bobsleigh section itself, not too tricky, but that final part to jump into the risky fin, you could just have a bit of an awkward slide on that final corner, and we did see it happen to Simply Nick, where simply clipping the border right there, the barrier, caused him to not make it in. But you can see Spider just doing it the way you wanted to. For those not familiar with the format itself, it is cup mode. First to 100 points will become finalist mode. When you are finalist, all you have to do is win 1 round. That's it. Just win 1 round. When you're in finalist mode, points don't matter. First is all that matters at that point. So we'll see how fast we'll be seeing players to finalists. And who knows, maybe we get a triple finalist situation going on. I always love those. That's my personal favorite, where they're all just going at it, and then just one player trying to get in and stop them from it.
Yeah, that gets absolutely crazy. But yeah, definitely this ice section is going to be it's going to be important. Setting yourself up with the ice slide and a good entry to the bobsleigh is super important. And as you mentioned, the finish very favourable. I played both open qualifiers, and the first week I made it through the first round, and then the second round we had this map first, and I failed the finish twice. And it's a very long checkpoint respawn time, and so basically if you fail the finish, you don't quite have enough time to get any points to get the finish. So you really have to make sure you're consistent and you're disciplined. If you don't think you're going to make it, just go for the safe finish. It's better to get those 3 points or whatever points you're going to get than a 0. So see how everyone does it. We are about to jump right in. The warm-up is just about over. So let's see how the match goes.
The end of warm-up match is starting. Players are off the starting line. And let's see if everybody knows to remember, like, oh wait, I can't steer here. I know going a bit wide there, having to slow down a tiny bit. Spider Game Boy, Simply Nick, neck and neck. Let's see which of the players is going to be able to carve their way forward. So far, no real ground being given. Simply Nick falling a bit behind, Spider ahead, but Gaming Boy lurking behind. Gaps are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but it's all about this ice right now. Let's see who gets the better slide. Simply Nick goes a bit wide there, builds up good speed. Gaming Boy going on the inside. Not sure if that is enough speed still. Simply Nick barely not able to overtake at the finish line. The Spider picks up the number 1, Gaming Boy number 2, Simply Nick number 3, and Einol comes in number 4.
Yeah, pretty good round. Everyone threw cleanly. Spider getting the 10 points. So strong start from him. Einol losing out early in the lap and not able to push and gain it back. So we are heading into the next round now. Everyone through cleanly, heading into the no steer section now. And then onto this dirt. Pretty close round. Gaming Boy actually touches a wheel. And that's going to be a little bit of a time loss. Simply Nick very, very close to touching a wheel as well. A race between Nick and Spider now. Spider looks like he clips a little bit of grass on the inside. A little bit of time loss, but nothing too major. Now wash off all the speed. Get into this ice slide. Nick going quite tight. Einol actually with a lot of speed. Has a good entry to the bobsleigh as well. able to... Yes, he is going to actually get ahead into first place, keeps the finish clean, and Einl going to take the 10 points now ahead of Spider and Simply Nick. And then Gaming Boy will be fourth.
You can see it right there, just having more speed coming in from that slide. As mentioned before, it just allows you to slingshot past your opponents, and it very, very much paid off for Einl at that one. That was a very, very good attack. Let's see if he's able to repeat that success as he right now takes the lead in round number 3. All the players very close behind, but Simply Nick goes in a bit too tight and unfortunately slides out. Spider overtaking Einl right now. Gaming Boy just trying to get in. All the players relatively close by, and again, this ice slide, there's a lot of speed to be gained. Which of the 3 players is going to be able to capitalize on that the most? Well, looks like Gaming Boy is getting some more speed over Spider, but Einl holding on, staying close, and bringing in a number 1. Another 10 points going to Einl. Gaming Boy bringing in number 2, Spider number 3. Simply Nick does finish, despite his mistake on the dirt and number 4.
Yeah, very close round. Good round by Einl, securing another 10 points. And now we're on to the next round. Everyone through cleanly. Spider a little bit wide there, not losing out too much. Simply Nick very inside. Has a little bit less speed, allowing Gaming Boy to take the lead. Simply Nick and Einl now battling for second. Spider a little behind, but nothing major yet. Gaming Boy has a very nice lead, a couple of tenths, but it all comes down to the ice section. Who gets the ice slide right? Who can set themselves up for the bobsleigh? It looks like Spider actually has a decent entry. Can he get more speed from it? It actually doesn't look like it. But Einl with quite a lot of speed, probably going to try snipe. No, he doesn't quite have enough speed to snipe Gaming Boy. But still a close round, and Gaming Boy will get the 10 points.
Very, very good round indeed. All the players just putting down nice times. We got, 41-2, 41-3, 41-4, 41-5. It just, it just lines up. It just lines up perfectly. And a nice way to cap off Hoot XXL. And we move on to 23, fall 23. And it does seem like this has been the most tricky map for players, right? There are just simply too many spots where you just slide out, right? That plastic block, those plastic blocks really, really cause some issues, having been placed in spots where you can, because of speed and oversteering, slide out, or perhaps you decide, like, oh, I have to make sure I steer a bit early, but your timing could be off, and just you crash into one of the flag holes or something like that, right? It's very easy to mess up. Along with this tree jump right there, you can see players will probably want to jump to the right of the first tree that you see right there to make sure that they keep their speed, but it is not an easy jump at all.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a risk first reward there, and if you pull it off, it is worth time. And we have definitely seen players pull that off, and Min actually had amazing consistency on this map. But everyone else has seemed to struggle as so far, so let's see who can do it. Actually, I believe Simply Nick did a personal best during the last match here on this map, so he's got a lot more pace in him, it looks like. But we are jumping right into round 1. Everyone close on the start here. Nice and tight through here. Very close round so far. Everyone making it cleanly. Onto the plastic section here. Want to get as little airtime, or no airtime there. Drift through the next section here. And then through this very tight drift through the checkpoint. Oh, someone wiping out.
Oh, that's Einl.
It was Einl. Oh my god, it's Simply Nick going to the moon.
No.
With a massive plastic bounce. So 2 big mistakes. And it's left Gaming Boy and Spider in a 1v1 for the lead. But that was absolutely crazy. That bounce Simply Nick got just sent him flying, and it looks like Spider, if he keeps it clean, and it looks like he's gonna do it, so he's gonna get the 10 points. Gaming Boy's gonna get second, and do the other 2 finish? We'll have to wait and see. Simply Nick gets it, and Einl. So everyone is gonna secure the points. It was a bit of a crazy round, a few mistakes there, but Spider is able to get the 10 points.
does equal out the points at the top, right? We've got Einol in 33 points. Sorry, Spider in 33, Einol with 32, and Gaming Boy with 31 points. Very, very close. Simply Nick with 19, not as close as you would like, and especially after losing the speed there with a bonk. Doesn't look like this round is going to minimize that gap anymore. With Einol and Spider right now going into the second section. Spider clips the side of the checkpoint. All Einol has to do right now is just keep his cool, keep his calm, but no, he goes for the inside jump. And there we just have Simply Nick at the front. Like, when you do have these things happening, these mistakes happening, usually it's the first player that makes the mistake that eventually is able to overtake first place, simply just capitalizing on the other mistakes and picks up a #1 spot despite a bad start. Very, very impressive of him. Let's see, does Gaming Boy finish? Einol does so, but Gaming Boy does not. No 3 points going to Gaming Boy. Stuck on 31, and Spider expanding his lead.
Yeah, unfortunate for Gaming Boy and absolutely crazy. Nick making a very early mistake last round and getting the win, but a very important 10 points there for Simply Nick. Let's see what happens this round. Is everyone going to play a little bit safer, or are they still going to push everyone so far through cleanly? Spider slightly behind. Couple of tenths. Simply Nick has a very nice start. Spider with a lot of speed. They're actually taking it to second place now. Really good speed by Spider through there. Now what are we going to see? Simply Nick, Gaming Boy and Einol all jumping between the trees and getting it. Spider still in second though. Simply Nick on a really good round, and oh no, Gaming Boy bonks. Oh my god, and Spider bonks. What a crazy round. This map just brings out so many mistakes. And Simply Nick again is going to get the 10 points, it looks like. So a really good map so far from Simply Nick. 50.3, quite a good time. And Einol second, Spider, and Gaming Boy isn't going to finish. That is really unfortunate for Gaming Boy. That's costly.
Very costly. Simply Nick overtaking Game Boy with that as well, and finding himself even closer in contention for that #1 spot. Those last 2 rounds really, really helped him out, and just the consistency of the players is in his favor right now, as Simply Nick is just looking the most consistent at the moment. Taking the lead right now, as well as Game Boy is just closely behind. Einol and Spider looking to have a bit more speed. See how their jumps will go right now. Spider decides to go on the outside, whereas Simply Nick and Einol go on the inside. Ooh. Bit of an awkward drift from Einol, but still managing to keep his speed right there. Simply Nick with a dominating lead right now, 7/10 of a second. Let's see if he's able to hold on to it. He doesn't have to risk too much. He's got all the time in the world, and he is using all of that. Einol having a bit of a issue right there in that corner, allowing Spider to overtake. Spider picks up the #2 spot. Gaming Boy, what are you doing? Come on, just get into the finish. Do it. Do it. All right, we're good. Clipping that road sign. But fortunately, does pick up 3 points at the end of round 4 and fall 23. And we have a tie between Simply Nick and Spider at the end of it all. And that's very, very nice for Simply Nick, considering he came into 23 with a a pretty solid placement on 4, and instead he uses his speed and uses the mistakes of others to slingshot himself into shared #1.
Yeah, absolutely. What a map for Simply Nick. He needed that. Now we're right in the mix, equal in the lead. And we now move on to Chalk. So quite a good map here. Basically, see who can do this consistently. Let me have a quick look at the PBs. So we have Spider actually with the best PB out of everyone here with a 45.7, just in front of Gaming Boy by 5 thousandths. So that'll be very interesting to watch. Einol third with a 45.756, and Simply Nick is a 45.9. But that map really brought the rounds a lot closer. Gaming Boy fell behind a little bit. Unfortunately, he had a couple of non-finishes, which really, really hurt him. Not even able to pick up the 3 points. And Simply Nick picking up 3 round wins, I believe, on the last map. So
Yeah,
really helping him out.
very, very much in his favor. Maybe this is where Gaming Boy will be able to strike back, as we are live once again. all the players very close together. We won't be seeing much of the deviance between the players until we get to this next dirt section. Let's see if all the players are able to hold on to their gears right now. Looking very good so far, staying close together. Spider having a bit of an early lead, but Simply Nick exchanging the lead right now. I know going a bit too wide on the engine off block, hits the barrier, and is going to have to say goodbye to the rest of the 3 players at the front. Spider taking the lead, Simply Nick not having the best of slides, allowing Game Boy to overtake. But no, Simply Nick decides not. My ice is better than yours. Get out of here, nerd. Spider comes in. Does he hold on? Simply Nick very close to it, but not able to snipe. Game Boy picks up number 3, and Einl with the number 4 spot. That was a bit of a weird one from Nick, just going back and forth between placements and eventually coming in number 2.
Yeah, Nick just able to hold so much speed on that ice and able to just hold that second spot. So, good round. Let's move on to the next round, see how everyone goes. Looking good at the start. Einl with a little bit of a different line. Gaming Boy going super wide, but still very close round. Oh, someone clipped. I think that was Gaming Boy. Yeah, Gaming Boy clipped a wheel there. That is very unfortunate. Going to be a bit of a time loss there. The other 3 very, very close though, super close. Einl had to do a drift there to not bonk. He did bonk there last round, so probably trying to save it. But Simply Nick very slow on the bobsleigh, and Einl is going to take second place from him. But Simply Nick comes back again, has to lift though. Spider really slow onto the ice, so many position changes. Simply Nick has a lot of speed, going to try and attack. Einl here does get the lead, just needs to keep the drift clean, and that is going to be 10 points for Simply Nick. Einl second. Really, really good round. A lot of position changes there. Very close.
I mean, it's looking like Simply Nick is waking up. I'm not sure what's he didn't exactly have the right, the right start going into this match, and it was looking like it was going to be a bit more of semifinals too. But instead, he is doing a tremendous job, just coming back and taking the lead right now in the match as well. All the players very close behind. Following Gaming Boy as he does overtake Simply Nick a tiny bit, but isn't where time is made up. Let's see how the ice section goes. Spider still at the front. Gaming Boy having more speed than Simply Nick right now. Einl as well coming into the fray. Good slides all around. Simply Nick very close to flipping out, but gets the landing on ice very, very well. Spider still in the lead though. All coming out to this final turn. Spider does close it out. Nice 45.7 coming in. Gaming Boy number 2, the 45.9. Simply Nick number 3 with a 46.0. And Einl brings in a 46.3. Spider retakes the lead.
Yeah, very close to the top between Spider and Nick. Let's see what happens in the next round here. The final round, I believe, on this map. Simply Nick very inside. Take the lead, but going to sacrifice a little bit of speed. It looks like on exit. Very close round so far. Einl a little bit behind, just waiting. Stalking his prey right now. Spider very wide, doesn't clip though. Nick has to do a drift, and he still touches. Nick is going to lose out there, hitting the wall in the engine off. That is a very big time loss. And Gaming Boy and Spider in a battle for first now. Einl's still there. Spider is going to lose speed there on the drop. It's now between Gaming Boy and Einl. Gaming Boy with a nice 2/10 lead. Just has one final slide here. Einl a little bit wide on his slide, but is able to keep it clean. And Gaming Boy going to take the 10 points. Einl second. Einl second, all right. Spider third, and Nick is going to get the finish. Oh my goodness.
Very, very close. Oh my word. Well, Gaming Boy really, really needed that though, right? He's been falling behind throughout the maps, but bringing in nice 10 points is always good to, create, make that buffer go away from the people at the front. Slice coming in with a super, super cool intro. Look at that. Boom. Yes, these are finish lines sliced. Oh, loved it. I don't think I've actually seen that. I just realized, wait, I've actually paid attention to that. Usually I just go into a track, right, and I just play. But yeah. I just realized, oh, there's actually a cool intro happening right here.
No, I don't think I've seen it either. I normally just skip them now, but yep, we are going on to Sliced now. And it's pretty close to the top, so let's see who's consistent here. We take a quick look at the PBs. It looks like Spider actually has the best time here with a 44.196, followed by Idle 44.2, Gaming Boy 44.3, and Nick 44.4. So fairly close, everyone within a few tenths there. But let's see who has the consistency down. Should be a good race, and let's see if we get any finalists by the end of it.
Yeah, we are in range for some finalists. Spider right now with 74 points, if memory serves me correctly. Fortunately, I don't have it right in front of me. But I expect some finalists to come in, though. At the same time, maybe I shouldn't, right? We have been seeing the players exchanging first, second, third, and fourth places between each other all the time. Gaming Boy not off with a good start right now, falling behind. Simply Nick bad landing as well. So right now we're just looking at Aino and Spider contending for number one, changing first and second, really neck and neck. Simply Nick decides to come in like, hey, I built up some more speed. I want to fight as well. So there he is. Oh, wait, did Simply Nick go too far to the out and then Spider too far to the in? What just happened? That was very unfortunate, but not unfortunate for Aino as he just brings in the number one spot. Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, they just parted ways, and Idle just broke through the center.
Yeah.
But the 10 points there for Idle, and he's catching right up to Simply Nick now, 75 and 74 points, so very, very close. Let's see what happens this round. So a few mistakes early, but it is only round one. People probably still getting the feel for the map again. Simply Nick very inside there. Idle, a little bit of wonky lines there by everyone, but it worked out. Spider and Simply Nick are going to be battling for the lead. Idle watching over in third. Oh, Idle touches. That's going to be a huge time loss. And Simply Nick now with a 2/10 lead over Spider. Just needs to keep the ending clean here. And he has another 10 points. Really tough ending though. Spider's trying to catch up, but it looks like he's not going to be able to do it. Simply Nick makes the jump to the finish, gets the 10 points. Gaming Boy will get third, and Idle with that mistake coming home in fourth.
Ooh. Let's see, what does this do for the points? Because that's what I am curious. Ooh, Spider, 11 points away from finalists, so not quite there. But if he can bring in a number one or two, then he should be looking good for finalists in 2 rounds. But right now, he has to still do it. Ooh, he does clip, looking like a number 4 is coming in. Still ready for finalist, but he has to get first place then. Gaming Boy taking the lead with Simply Nick contending. Wait, did Simply Nick just touch that? He did fall behind. I'm pretty sure he hit the barrier right there as Gaming Boy is ahead by almost 2 seconds at this point. He just has to keep his cool, keep it calm, keep it collected. Don't worry too much. You can even take some easy, safe lines if you want to. Just make sure you get into that finish line and take advantage of the fact that the rest of the players are way behind. He does so. Spider eventually does pick up the number 2. Mistakes from Simply Nick and Aino were simply too big. And Spider actually bringing in the number 2, despite, again, that early mistake. You see that happening a lot. You make an early mistake, the rest of the players do as well later on. You're able to catch up.
Yeah, absolutely, and that means he just needs a second place or better now, and he will be a finalist. So he'll be looking to pick that up. Simply Nick out to an early lead here. Other 3 very, very close behind. Spider, oh my god, I thought he was touching there for sure. Really pushing that corner. Everyone through cleanly. Spider is actually going to take first place. Gaming Boy with more speed now, really, really close. Just 7 thousandths between the top 3. Idle just behind and 4/10 behind. Gaming Boy and Nick. Spider has to lift. Gaming Boy wipes out. It's between Simply Nick and Spider now.
Oh.
And Simply Nick is going to keep it clean, getting another 10 points. Spider second, Idle third, and Gaming Boy, if he finishes after that wipeout, yes he does, will get 3 points. And that is going to put Spider in finalist. Simply Nick just needs to finish, and he will as well be finalist. So it's getting close.
Getting close indeed. Let's see which track it'll be for Spider to close it out on. It's that's Burn it all down.
Let's burn it all down. A final map.
Burn it all down. Let's see, how has he done this? If we're looking at the players that we have in the matches and the records that we have, Simply Nick, fastest of the four with a 15.2. And Game
I'm
Boy very
setting
close
that
as well.
just an hour ago, actually, Simply Nick did. So he's been on the track
yeah.
recently.
Warming up. Very, very good. I know, and I mean, they're all close, right? You got Simply Nick on 6, Game Boy 7, I know with the 8, and Spider with the number 9 track record. So I think this will be a close one.
Yeah, this should be a
close
close
one.
match.
And none of them have AT. The AT on this track is hard. Just FYI.
50.032 for AT. Yep, I was like a second off that, I think.
It's a hard one, but it's also a track that is very technical, right? There's a lot of drifts going on this one, and some tight transitions are possible, right? You really don't want to lose too much speed when jumping up. And a little bit of, just a little bit of plastic, just to mess with you, right? We got this nice 180 corner happening with ice, just to make sure that you keep on your feet.
All right, but we are moving into the rounds now. Remember, Spider on finalist. All he needs is one win. Simply Nick 1 point away from finalist, so all he has to do is finish. And fairly close here to start it off. Jump onto the dirt here. Simply Nick extending the lead. Einl trying to chase him down. Spider falling back to 4th here. Can he gain time here? He's going to hit a lot of grass here, losing speed, as did Einl. Simply Nick with a really nice lead, a couple of tenths over everyone. Sending the inside is Spider, trying to push. Needs to win here. Doesn't get any points. He just needs a win here to go through to the next round. Can he chase down Nick, who's on a very clean lap right now? Gaming Boy's going to touch. He's going to lose time there. And Einl looks like he's going to be able to snipe him. Simply Nick just needs to get through. And Simply Nick with the 10 points, denying Spider the win. And now we have a double finalist situation between Nick and Spider.
Very exciting to see which of the two will do it. The other two players, not that close yet. I know with 88, Gaming Boy with 81. They need to not win but once but twice to maybe get that triple finalist to happen. I'm still, I'm always hoping for it because it's just super exciting. But right now, Gaming Boy not looking the one to be doing bad. Spider and Simply Nick instead fighting it out, and it's looking like they might be able to close it out right now. I know not having the speed that you would like. So I think we're going to have our first winner coming in. Is it going to be Simply Nick? Is it going to be Spider? We'll see if it will be a nice turnaround for Simply Nick if he is able to win this. Not only in, coming in from last, but into first as well. He's looking to do that right now. Spider trying to chase him down. Very close, but no cigar as he did hit the barrier. Simply Nick, first place in the losers round number 1, the semifinals, whatever you want to call it, and he moves on to losers final. And we only have room for one more player. Is it going to be Spider currently in finalist mode? Is Einl going to deny and get into finalist mode himself, or is Gaming Boy going to have the biggest comeback of his life?
So congrats to Nick, he's through, but now we focus on the rest. And it looks like Spider in last. Gaming Boy a little slow. Spider's going to take second. Needs the win though. Second is not good enough at this point. And going for an inside line on Einl, trying the overtake, but Einl has more exit speed. Einl still with a little advantage, just half a tenth. Gaming Boy a little behind in third, ready to pounce should anyone make a mistake. Through the plastic section, grab the boost. Drift here. Spider looks like he's gaining, really pushing, trying to catch Einl. It's really, really close. Spider, if he has a good dirt section, can still do it. They are absolutely neck and neck. One final drift. Who gets a better? Spider bonks. Trying to push. And Einl is going to take the 10 points and deny Spider. Really good match, though. And that actually puts Einl in finalists. So,
yeah,
again, double finalists.
See, I mean, I'm just gonna... We're gonna see. I mean, we both predicted Einl and Spider in 1 and 2, but it's looking like it might be just one of them moving on, or is Gaming Boy in the lead right now, going to deny him once again. He does need to win twice at that point. He is on 88 points. It's not enough to get into finalist mode right away. So he really needs to hold on to this lead. He's doing so very well right now. Einl behind by about 0.2 of a second. Spider out of the running. So, no, what do you do? Oh no. I think that's all she wrote. Einl is just way too far ahead right now with that bonk happening from Gaming Boy. That's it. That's all she wrote. Even with a bad drift right there, doesn't matter. Einl closes it out with a win with a 52-4. Not the fastest time, but fast enough to move on to losers final. And we're going to have to say goodbye to Spider and Gaming Boy.
Yeah, there you have it. Not sure what happened to Gaming Boy in that final round, but Einl will benefit from it. So Einl and Simply Nick moving on, and what a turnaround from Simply Nick compared to his earlier performance, where it was just a lot of mistakes. He really turned it around on track 23, just with clean runs and good times, and yeah, he made it through. So congratulations.
Congratulations indeed. It was a nice match that just went back and forth, right? It did seem like Simply Nick recomposed himself and he just got the turnaround coming in from Fall 23. It really was his second wind that he needed after a bad start on. I believe that was Chalk that we started on, or was it Hoot? That was Hoot that we started on. Apologies. Very, very impressive to see him just bringing in the number one after also a bad semifinals too, and final clutching it out. Right, Spider had the opportunity, had the chances to close it out. He was looking solid throughout the entire match, but when push comes to shove, you gotta make sure you finish it out, right? It isn't good enough if you're just good in the middle game, right? You gotta close it out in the end game as well. And right now it was Einl who just decided, no, I'll take it if you won't, and did so decisively as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunate for Gaming Boy, you have to look back at those 2 rounds on 23 where he didn't get any points, unfortunately, just with mistakes. That's really, really costly in a match. Not even able to get the 3 points, but it does happen. But yeah, really, really close match. As you said, Einl able to seize the opportunity, and Spider just not quite able to do it, but they are going to go through, and they are going to face the losers from tomorrow's winner bracket. So they'll be preparing for that match, I'm sure.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to have that Korea versus Australia happening. Oh, that's, I'm just, that's just fun times, right? We do have to say goodbye to Malaysia and Singapore. Sorry, not Malaysia, sorry, Indonesia and Singapore. With that, so we just have Malaysia, 1 Malaysian player, 2 Australian players, and 2 Korean players left in the mix. We'll see. I don't know. Is Korea gonna reign supreme tomorrow? I mean, Min was looking very, very good.
Yeah, Min was insanely strong.
I mean, I'll be asleep during that match, but I'm expecting to wake up and just see him in there. If I, just to throw out a quick prediction. And maybe I haven't seen. I've seen Winkyface obviously come in as well, but maybe Fiddy and Chung just It's too easy for me to say like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Min and Winkyface simply because I've seen them, right?
Yeah. I mean, Fiddy really strong as well, making it through with a disconnect for, I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3 rounds, so he had a really strong performance. But definitely Min is going to be someone to watch out for, especially on track 23. His performance on 23 was amazing. So it's going to be a good match. Korea versus Australia. Who is going to come out on top? And the winners from that will proceed straight to the grand finals. The losers will go down to the lower final to compete for a chance to make it to the grand final themselves. But very much looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. It's going to be starting off at the same time as we did today. That is 9 CEST. That is, if my math is correct, that's 3 p.m. Singapore time, I believe. I don't have the other time in my head right now. Maybe you do.
It was... Yeah, I'm not sure. It was about 6:30 p.m. for me, which is Australian Eastern Daylight Time. But yeah, I'm not sure about other time zones.
Well, we're kicking off with a pre-show, and also good to know there will be an announcement at the end of tomorrow's cast as well. So you don't want to miss out. I mean, not only because we're gonna have some exciting Trackmania coming in and seeing who will be closing out and winning the Asia and Oceania Trackmania Championship, but just you know, like what's gonna happen? What's the announcement? What they're gonna say?
Indeed.
I'm pretty hyped.
We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, all players competing for a $200 prize pool in this tournament. Generally, players from Asia and Oceania can't really compete in the main Trackmania championships. It's a really big time zone issue. So this is their proving grounds, and it's gonna be exciting to see who steps up and who falls, I guess.
Yeah, make a break tomorrow. Playoffs happening, and I wonder who will be just taking it all. I think honestly, all the players from what I've seen just should be able to take it. I think the level of play as well, right, is quite high as well. So I don't know. Maybe it comes down to a fall 23 with just one too many bonks. Who knows? Right? Today hasn't been. 23 hasn't been the favorite map. I think if people could ban maps, 23 would get banned
Instantly. unless it's Min. I think Min would want that tracking.
Yes. We'll see how that all turns out. I think that's about all that we have. Yeah, sorry, you missed it all. Sorry, Wheels. Yeah, you can always check out the VOD, probably up on the Twitch channel. So don't worry, you'll be able to catch all the matches. If you don't want to be spoiled, be sure and not to check Wikipedia you'll be fine. Just check out the VOD. It's good matches, good all around, and some Cinderella stories happening. I don't know how else to explain it without Disney suing us, so I'll just keep it to that. But yeah, I think that's about it. How about you close it out and say goodbye to all the lovely people coming in?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks everyone so much for watching. That was some amazing racing we got to see today. We'll be doing it the same time tomorrow to find out who is going to be the winner of it all, the Asia and Oceania Trackmania Championship. So make sure you come back at the same time tomorrow and watch some more amazing races. Thank you all. That is going to be it for us, and we will see you all tomorrow.